Hey boys and girls, how's everybody doing? Q here. Hey, my last video I talked about my motorcycle addiction. I'm not only addicted to motorcycles, I'm addicted to new motorcycles. And I've got, three of them. I've got the beautiful Royal Enfield Interceptor 650, the Mark II, the chrome tank. I've got this gorgeous BMW R18 Classic, just magnificent machine, incredible power, lovely motorcycle. And then I had the Kawasaki Vaquero bagger, great, bagger, kind of a poor man's Harley Davidson. Good bike, but between the R18 and the Vaquero, now I had two big baggers. Really didn't need that. And also I want to leverage one of these bikes to get another bike. It's time for a new one. So can't sell the Interceptor, it's too pretty. Can't sell the BMW, it's way too awesome. Hopefully I'll have both of those bikes forever. I wouldn't bet on it, but hopefully. So then I'm looking at motorcycles, so what does a guy with 50 years of motorcycling experience, what does he buy? What does he want? So what I wanted was, there are these motorcycles that they've been making for 20 years. And I pay attention to that, like the Kawasaki KLR or the Yamaha FJR. There's bikes that, they've been making forever, and you should pay attention to that, because that tells you that they're doing something right. Those bikes sell, and they wouldn't sell if they weren't good bikes, if people didn't like them. So anyway, I had a CB500X back in the day, and that's kind of a on-road, off-road adventure motorcycle. It was bad in the dirt. It had the 19-inch wheels, and the front end would just plow into the sand, and I'd crash. And then I had the Kawasaki Versys X300, and even that, it was better in the dirt, and the sand especially, but it would still plow into the sand. And then I started getting injured, and I said, I'm too damn old to be riding in the dirt. So I don't want to ride in the dirt anymore. So what do I want? I want something comfortable, economical, and also powerful. So I'm looking at these Royal Enfields, and they have the Royal Enfield, the Meteors, which people love. They love the Meteors. They love the Himalayans. There's the new Himalayan Scram. There's a couple Meteors coming out. There's the there's the Classic, and the Meteor itself, and now they've got a Hunter with a 350 engine. And they look great, and the people who buy them just fall in love with them. They absolutely love these bikes. But, 20 horsepower, 24 horsepower. And where I live, all these back roads, the speed limit is 55 miles an hour. And the highways are 65 miles an hour. And those little Royal Enfields, they tap out at 70 from all reports. And so you got nothing left to pass or to get out of trouble. And, I've had bikes where you had to wring their neck to get them up to speed. I just don't want that. So I wanted something like the Honda CB500X, but they're very hard to they're very hard to come by right now. They got about 50 horsepower. But that was a nice bike. But there is this bike that has been made forever, that everyone loves, and they're hard to find as well. Well, my buddies over here at Redline Power Sports, they had one used at a good price. And then I said how much, that they want for it, and then how much would they give me for the Vaquero, and we were a couple $1,000s apart. But I gave them one more try. I said, look, this is the bottom line. This is what I could do. Can you make this happen? And they really stretched over there. There's a salesman named Glenn, great kid. He's a full-grown man, but to me he's a kid. Stretched, made the deal, and are you ready for what I got? All right, here we go. This is the Suzuki V-Strom 650, the venerable 20 years of development V-Strom 650. And isn't that pretty in the white, with the white seat And I don't know if you can see the detail, but this thing is mint. It's clean. He's got these SW Motec bars on there, hand grips. What else has he done? You know, it's like the previous owners, they upgrade these bikes, and those things don't cost you anything because they're already on there. Tires are in great shape. Just had a tune-up. This thing is gorgeous. I rode it home last night, and just delightful, just delightful. Comfortable, sit-up riding position. What do we got? 78. It doesn't say. I got to change the mode maybe. Select. Volts, miles per gallon. Average is 55.6. I've got my range. And 7,373 miles on it by the time I got it home. I am thrilled. Rode this thing, got on it last night, rode home. I can ride slow. I can ride fast. 70 horsepower on a 500-pound motorcycle. 70. You don't need 120 horsepower, but 20 horsepower? Gosh, guys. I mean, I like Royal Enfield. There's my Royal Enfield right there. I like them. But this Royal Enfield has 47 horsepower. That's a whole different thing from 20. So, you know, if I lived where it was little green lanes, you know, in England in some little village, maybe the Meteor or the Classic or the Scram 411. But man, oh man, am I chuffed, thrilled about this. So I am going to turn off this video camera, get some gear on, and go ride the nuts off of this thing. I couldn't be happier. I think I'm going to rent all three of these bikes on Twisted Road and on RiderShare. So if you're interested, look me up in the Myrtle Beach area. I'm actually in Little River, South Carolina. And that's all for now, boys and girls. But I want to share, you know, not only the bike, but my thinking for this bike. Because when you get to a certain point, I've been riding for 50 years, you know, you pay attention to the bikes they've been making forever. And then you also know what you want. I want comfort. I want economy. I want power and performance. And I want something tried and true. And I think this V-Strom's going to give me all of that. So thanks for watching, boys and girls, and bye for now.